In 600 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Alright, here we are rolling up on trailhead to hike a 7-mile loop hike in the Shelton, Laurel Backcountry. I read it as the Hickey Fork loop. Hickey Fork is this creek that runs through this backcountry area.
Your destination is on the left.
Here we are. So a lot of unknowns about this one. It looks kind of cool, but there's not a whole lot we know about it. We'll see. One thing that I read about the hike and learn about the hike is it's good for solitude.
Well, we love solitude.
I think we can all agree if you can go somewhere and do something without seeing people,
It's a win.
That's what you want to try to shoot for.
And happy spring!
All right, getting started today. It's a Saturday. We're going on a 7-mile loop hike in Shelton, Laurel Backcountry, Hickey Fork area. It looks kind of cool, but there's a little mystery around this one. It's got Cascades,
Hey, babe.
Waterfall. It's got what, babe? What?
Did you get your poles?
What it doesn't have to this point is me with hiking poles. So I'm gonna
Go back
and
get
get the hiking poles. Thanks, Mary. Okay, now we're getting started on a 7-mile loop hike, Hickey Fork Loop, Shelton, Laurel Backcountry. It's got some Cascades, waterfall, hopefully some vistas through the trees of some nearby mountains, ridges. But there's a lot we don't know about the loop, so we're anxious to see. But one thing it does have is 2 hikers named Mary and Jerry who both have hiking sticks now. So we've got that going for us, which is pretty nice. Our first pretty good-sized stream crossing. Obviously you can't get across it dry hopping, but luckily there's a little tree that somebody's put here or fell across the stream, and we're going to try to utilize it without breaking our necks. And of course I'm going to allow Mary to go first. If she stumbles and falls, then I'll choose another method. Seems pretty stable. Look at you. Pretty stable?
Yeah, that was
All right.
there.
1.1 miles into the hike, and you can hear to our right off the trail. The trail's really steep right now, going uphill, and the stream to the right subsequently is really raging going down this gully. Can't see it for the rhododendron, but you can hear it. It's got plenty of water in it, and it's rock and rolling, so should make the Cascades pretty cool to see when we get to the spot where we can first start to see them, hopefully. It's a little slippery right there. A little slick in this area. I'll holler back in a minute. Pretty steep to climb down here to the base of these Cascades. Slip fell once, but they're pretty amazing. This is pretty much the bottom of the Cascade. Lower part of the Cascades. Mares. As I was saying, you can see them a lot better from the trail as you get up here than you can from that cliff I fell off of.
Yeah, that's been kind of the big mud spot on the shore.
Yeah. The water's really rolling. Awesome. Look at that. It's just a rock slide chute down this steep gully, gorge, canyon, whatever you call it. This deep slot canyon between these two ridges. Oh, crazy good is this. Wow. Mary.
Hey, here looks like a pretty decent access.
You mean right off the trail here?
Yeah, just a couple of feet off the trail. I believe we can get down there, okay?
You wanna?
I'm gonna try it, okay? Hickey Waterfall.
Well, we're a couple miles past the waterfall, continuing on the loop, and I'll tell you, by the time you leave the West Prong Hickey Fork waterfall, what do you do from there pretty much all the way for the next however far, 2 miles, Mary?
You climb.
Climb.
You climb. And then you climb a bit more. I tell you, being out here just absolutely brings me such peace. It's, it just fills my soul with peacefulness and tranquility. And we're going to do a little boulder hopping across this little stream, maybe. Boulder hopping is not my strength, by the way. So we shall see. So far, so good. Well, we always say that with every hike there's something hidden, something we didn't expect, and this just goes to prove the point. We were not expecting kind of this rock garden with the water flowing through that actually feeds into the creeks that goes to the falls that we saw earlier, because we're making a loop. Check out just the moss-covered boulders over there. Can't beat it. Listen to the water. I absolutely love the hikes that we go on that kind of follow a bit of a stream between just the sounds of nature, but then that water. Absolutely just peaceful. It's melodic. It's like nature is singing me a song. Some of the prettiest sections of the trail, I think, is when you've got the mountain laurel or the rhododendron that just canopy the trail, like you're just walking through a tunnel. When we climbed up, and once you climb up, then you always must go down. Going down's my favorite. Well, going up's just tough on me, but I do love the views. So about 4 miles into the loop, we're doing our descending, and I will say that I am very happy with this descending. It's not jarring your knees. So it's a nice gradual downhill, which makes for a very enjoyable hiking. Jerry usually takes the lead on the uphill ascents because he can set the pace, and he can also go a little faster, so sometimes he can check out on me. And generally, I take the lead on the downhill. Well, with spring coming, I'm beginning to rethink that, because that's going to put me first on any snakes that we might come across. So I'm rethinking for future hikes that I'm going to let Jay have the ascent and descent lead, just as a form of protection and self-preservation. Part of my favorite views along hikes that are in the mountains is when you come up on these trees, just a grove that they stand so tall.